looks like she's coming up. She's coming up. Holy. She's massive.
That is a huge shark. It really is the biggest shark I've ever seen in my entire life. It is gargantuan.
12-foot tiger shark that was caught about 400 yards out away from the pier. Take a look.
Oh my gosh, what a monster. Yeah, buddy. Look at the size of that shark, guys.
This is a massive catch.
Outsmarting the greatest predators and ruling the ocean since forever.
He's got a dolphin in his mouth.
Sharks have earned the title of mega beasts.
That's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Whether lurking deep underwater or washing ashore to spook people out. Hang on for the biggest sharks that got caught on camera and shocked the whole world. 1,000-pound tiger shark.
Oh my gosh, what a monster. Yeah, buddy.
In November 2017, some lucky fishermen in the Bahamas hit the marine jackpot. They decided to use a barracuda to lure a big catch, and just as they waited, something massive emerged from the depths.
Oh my gosh.
This wasn't just any shark, but a huge tiger shark, weighing around 1,000 pounds and stretching nearly 14 feet long. That was almost half the size of their boat. Shocking, right?
Oh my gosh, what a monster. Look at the size of that shark, guys. It's over 13 feet. This boat's 30, he's almost half of it. Woo! Oh my gosh, what a monster.
For these fishermen, it was a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with this ocean's true giant, which left them in disbelief. Mega beast.
So it's Friday, and we're out fishing.
One unexpected event is all it takes to turn our entire understanding of the ocean upside down. It happened in 2013, when a boat was out at sea waiting for a big catch, and suddenly something massive slammed into it.
What the hell was that?
It was so strong that it almost got the boat. Luckily, the mega beast let the fishermen go. Later on, when the authorities got their hands on the footage, they tried to figure out what happened, but they could hardly comprehend anything from the shaking footage. While their final hunch was of a gigantic great white shark, to me, that doesn't quite fit. I believe that it might have been the legendary megalodon. What do you guys think? Shark. When everyone else said no, this one brave man took a dive in shark-infested water. I must say, he was lucky too, because who else would have survived a close encounter with an 18-foot great white? But all's well if it ends well, and so did happen with the diver. He just got to witness the massive creature examining the cage, and before things could escalate further, he returned to the safety of the surface. Deep Blue. You probably know who Deep Blue is. It's the biggest great white shark. In 2013, off the coast of Guadalupe Island, it was first spotted, and her massive size of 20 feet soon became her legend. It happened when, in one of the most incredible shark encounters, a diver came face to face with Deep Blue. She swam so close that you could see every detail. The amazing footage quickly went viral. Here's another clip from 2019, revealing a researcher almost high-fiving the Deep Blue. It's really surprising, but I suggest that in such encounters, staying inside the cage is a must. Australian Big Marlin. Do you know how long a marlin can grow? No? Well, this much. It's a real-life, massive marlin caught by some fishermen in Queensland, Australia. Weighing 650 kilograms, the huge marlin made waves in the fishing community. Even though reeling it in was quite a big deal, the fishermen managed it efficiently. Locals then quickly gathered for photos with the prized catch. But experts cautioned about eating it due to high mercury levels at the size. This massive catch, however, was considered one of the biggest achievements among fishing enthusiasts, as they'd never witnessed one in their entire life. Hammerhead shark. Off the shores of Fort Lauderdale, a family was hoping for a nice catch when they caught a huge hammerhead shark.
Hold back. You got him, Belly.
Curious beachgoers quickly gathered to witness the big catch the family had earned. The guys were seen struggling to reel it in, and why wouldn't they? It was a massive 13-foot hammerhead shark caught in their line, a rare sight so close to the shore. With quick thinking and bravery, they managed to free the shark by cutting the line. However, being aware of declining hammerhead populations, they quickly released the shark back into the water, ensuring its survival. Ocean monster. We all know about different types of sea monsters, but what I'm about to show you, I'm sure you've never seen before. This video was uploaded by an unknown source on social media. In it, you can see a giant triangle-shaped creature slowly moving forward in a circular motion. It looks like the army and special authorities are trying to stop it because helicopters are flying overhead. I don't know exactly what it is because its size is much larger than any sea monster. Maybe the government didn't want to make this information public. But now, hopefully, we'll find out more about it soon. Sea serpent. Fishermen and seasoned sailors had long whispered about the elusive sea serpent, and these locals finally got their own sighting when a group noticed something slithering in the water. Suddenly, a massive serpentine creature emerged, leaving everyone in awe and fear. They'd heard the stories, but seeing it firsthand was not easy, especially with its sharp teeth on full display. The serpent swam near the shore, and despite their fear, the onlookers stood their ground. Let me tell you, that personally, if it was me, I would have run at the first glimpse. Massive swordfish. On March 31st, 2019, some fishermen went out to catch swordfish. On their first try, they hooked something huge. That's right, a 757-pound swordfish. And guess what? That swordfish took them a grueling 8 hours to rule in to their 37-foot boat. Eventually, after tiring efforts, they finally made it back to Bud and Mary's Marina, where they showed the huge creature to everyone who were definitely shocked to witness a massive swordfish. No doubt, it was a tough challenge, but their hard work paid off, giving them a great story to share with everyone back at the marina. Sea monster. For centuries, legends have told of giant deep-sea monsters. This man on his kayaking trip recorded an unknown creature swimming nearby. Its upper body resembled a dinosaur, while the rest stayed hidden underwater, likely surfacing for air. After a moment, the creature dove back into the depths, leaving everyone really puzzled, wondering what creature it is. Some believed it was a real sea monster straight from the myths, while skeptics argued that it was just a well-executed prank. Well, I don't know about you guys, but seeing such an encounter would make me rethink my decision to visit any lake again. Hairy monster. One morning, something really unbelievable emerged from an unexplored ocean, spreading fear all over the internet. Here's footage revealing long black strands which were seen stretching out all across the beach. Soon, this video became viral and people came up with their imaginative theories, from calling it a tale of sea witch's hair to more plausible explanations. But guys, no need to be scared at all, as an expert then clarified that these strands were actually a type of marine kelp, swept ashore by the relentless force of the waves. Yet, this unsettling sight remains in people's minds, making them aware that we never know what more surprises the oceans hold for us. Megamouth shark. Some lucky fishermen in the Philippines came across an incredible sight, a megamouth shark that is usually found deep underwater. This massive creature, measuring 15 feet long with its distinctive round head and rows of tiny teeth, amazed everyone who saw it. For all of them, it was a rare event because megamouth sharks usually stay hundreds of meters below the surface. The discovery not only excited beachgoers, but also sparked the interest of marine scientists, who eagerly began studying and preparing it for display in a museum. Bull shark encounter. It was supposed to be a routine fishing expedition, just another day out on the water searching for black-tip sharks. But things took a dramatic turn when the crew spotted a cobia swimming near a group of bull sharks. On becoming curious and eager, they moved closer to get a better view. All of a sudden, the normally docile ocean predator turned aggressive and began charging the boat. The crew were busy watching in disbelief as the shark repeatedly rammed into the hull, causing chaos on board. Despite the tense moment, the crew was just glad that no one got affected in the end. Giant sperm whale. It was August 2022 when some fishermen in Java, Indonesia came across a sad sight. A stranded sperm whale washed ashore overnight. Beachgoers noticed the massive creature in the morning and immediately contacted the authorities. Initially, they suspected an orca may have driven the whale to shore, but no orcas were seen nearby at the time, which made this incident even more puzzling. As they investigated further, they pondered what truly led to the whale's end. Was it an unseen sea creature or something more sinister? Even after thorough research, the mystery of the sperm whale's demise remains unsolved. Whale scare. Out on the water, a diver took a moment to catch their breath when something incredible happened. Just below the surface, a massive humpback whale swam into view. Shocked as he was, the diver watched the whale in awe, when all of a sudden, the whale leapt up just inches away from him. It landed back into the sea with a loud splash, leaving the diver startled by the close encounter. Whale surprise. Whenever tourists go to explore the sea, they all want to see a whale up close. And these tourists had their wish come true. While they were exploring the sea, a baby humpback whale came very close to them, jumped out of the water, and then went back in, as if it had come to say hi. I guess this must have been the highlight of their tour. Surely these whales are gentle giants, and seeing how calm the tourists were, it was clear that they knew this too. Orcas passing swimmer. No doubt, being a diver is very challenging, but sometimes they experience moments that we can only wish to experience ourselves. Such an experience happened to a diver in 2017 near Bowmantown in New Zealand's Bay of Plenty when he encountered two orcas. Orcas are usually apex predators in the sea, but this encounter was totally different from the usual. I mean, just witness it for yourself. Both approached him, stared at the diver for a while as if observing him, and then left as if they had come just to check if the diver was in any trouble. Giant shark encounter. Back in 2017, a group of friends were exploring the sea when something happened that they did not expect. A huge shark came near their boat and started observing them. They were fully surprised upon seeing it and started recording a video of the shark.
Whoa, I'm videoing right now.
It didn't stay there for long and eventually left, but when it was leaving, they got a full idea of its size, which was huge.
Oh my God.
Look at the size of that.
Look at him. Look at him.
It was almost the size of their 6.7-meter boat. And later, they shared the video with experts who identified it as a tiger shark. Let me know in the comments, would you like to have this kind of experience? Marlin surprise entry. Look at these guys out on the water, focused on reeling in a massive catch, when suddenly a marlin decided to join the party and was seen leaping out of nowhere. The guy, caught off guard, had no choice but to dive in after it. Thankfully, his instincts kicked in just in time. Otherwise, dodging the sharp bill of that powerful fish was no joke. Biggest great white.
No way.
I've never seen such a huge great white shark myself, and perhaps those news anchors hadn't seen one like it either. When the anchors saw it jump, they were both totally stunned.
That's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
This clip was from the documentary Air Jaws, Walking with Great Whites, filmed in South Africa. When this video was shared on online sites, people had different thoughts about it. Some said it wasn't an ordinary one, but a baby megalodon, while others claimed it was one of the biggest seen so far. Whale shark. I bet most people would definitely freak out after witnessing such a giant creature. That too swimming this close. But surprisingly, these boaters stayed cool. And the creature was none other than a whale shark. These gentle giants can grow up to 30 feet long, almost like a small airplane cruising underwater. Isn't it pretty amazing that creatures like this exist in our oceans? To me, it's more like an ancient legend coming to life. And even though these gentle giants don't show up often near the surface, they still captivate us with their size and peaceful demeanor. Battled shark. Here's why sharks are known as the toughest marine animals. Look at this tough-as-nails great white shark, covered in scars and bite marks, cruising near South Australia's Neptune Islands. Known as a hotspot for about 1,000 of these powerful predators, this 11-foot male shark was spotted swimming calmly amidst smaller fish. While witnessing this unbelievable scene, the team was in utter surprise by its wounds. Unexpectedly, crazy theories like boat propellers or tuna pens ruled out. I believe it might get stuck with stingrays in sharp reef areas, which resulted in leaving such distinctive marks on her body. Regardless of the cause, one undeniable fact remains: that this scene is a glimpse of the resilience our sea creatures have, right? Affected shark. Now look at this shark, who looks like it's been through the ringer, right? This great white shark had its jaw jutting out oddly, almost like it was trying to scare us all. The diver who captured it on camera, being really curious, rushed towards the experts, who then figured out it was actually a Mako shark with a dislocated jaw, likely from some fishing incident, or who knows what. But there's one thing that seeing such a tough predator in trouble really makes us think about what else is going on beneath the waves. Eagle ray jumps in boat. Fishing trips aren't always just about catching fish. Sometimes some unexpected guests make these trips even more memorable. It happened near a Florida beach when these guys got quite a shock while fishing. A large ray leapt right into their boat. With its striking black and white markings, the ray flapped around, and it seemed really eager to return to the water.
Actually, it hit me as it come in the boat. Don't exactly know how we're going to get it back in the water.
So they carefully motored back to shore and gently released the ray, watching it swim away gracefully. Kayaker. Take a look at this man calmly fishing the waters of Salt Rock, South Africa, when something really surprising happened to him. Using his instincts, he quickly pulled off his legs back into the kayak. The video cuts off at that intense moment, so we don't get to see what happens next. But I believe it's a real cliffhanger that leaves me really curious to know about the rest of the story. Diver met Mako giant. It was January 2016. A diver found himself eye to eye with none other than a marine giant, a Mako shark, known for its speed and aggression. He was busy exploring the reefs of Florida's coast when he spotted this sleek predator coming towards him. The diver stayed calm, not wanting to upset the Mako shark with any quick moves. The shark swam nearer, its shiny teeth glinting in the sunlight. Jack lifted his spear gun carefully, prepared to protect himself. The Mako hesitated, checking him out, then smoothly turned and swam away into the deep ocean. No doubt, this diver proved really lucky that the shark chose to ignore him. Huge sunfish. A marine biologist from Seville University got a surprise call about a huge sunfish caught in a tuna net off Ceuta's coast. He rushed over and found a massive 3.2 meter long and 2.9 meter wide fish caught in the fishing gear. It was so big that the scale almost couldn't handle its weight. I mean, you can realize how big it was that they had to use a crane to lift it onto the boat. Marine experts quickly measured, photographed, and took DNA samples from this huge sunfish before releasing it back into the sea. Humpback whale surprise. You may consider kayaking extremely serene and joyful, but not always, folks. Look at this kayaker gliding along when, out of nowhere, a massive humpback whale leapt from the water beside him. The kayaker gets soaked by the splash, but surprisingly, instead of becoming fearful, he becomes excited at this surprise. And there's no doubt that such moments make every sea trip an unforgettable adventure. Huge tiger shark. On a peaceful afternoon off Oahu, Scott Haraguchi was enjoying his fishing trip when things took a surprising turn. Out of nowhere, a massive tiger shark bumped into his kayak, giving it a good shove. The fisherman became surprised and began shouting as he struggled to keep his balance.
Tiger shark! Tiger shark ran me!
Thankfully, he managed to scare off the shark and get back to fishing as if nothing happened, although he was clearly stunned by the encounter. Pakistani megalodon. In Pakistan, there's this unbelievable story making the rounds about a group of fishermen who happened to catch a gigantic shark. You won't believe it, but it was about 40 feet long. So big that they had to call in a huge crane just to lift it out of the water. Oh, they jokingly started calling it malnourished Mick. Others guessed it might just be a whale shark, which is massive but totally harmless. What's your take on this massive ocean mystery? Fall of paddleboarder. In one incident, 2 paddleboarders were almost tossed into the water by a manatee's powerful swim. The locals couldn't believe how fast the creature moved, like it had a high-powered motor. So everyone, please be aware of these gentle giants, as they sure know how to make a splash. Huntington Beach monster. Off the coast of Huntington Beach, a crew set out for some shark fishing fun. They spotted a Mako shark's fin and quickly baited it with chopped mackerel. This 300-pound sea creature took that bait eagerly. It was a tough fight, over 2 hours to get the big shark on board their boat. Once they did, they headed to a processing plant to freeze it for research. The fishermen were buzzing with excitement, proud of their adventure and the challenge of battling such a powerful predator in the deep waters. Shark for research. After watching this video, you'll get an idea of how carefully experts conduct research on marine animals. They first carefully hooked it onto the boat in a perfect way, and then brought it aboard their ship. Upon arrival, they positioned the ship's cradle near the water and placed the shark on it. Afterwards, all the experts kept spraying water on its body from a pipe to keep it comfortable on the boat, and to prevent it from panicking, they placed a wet cloth over its face. It was more than 5 meters long and weighed 3,456 pounds. When the research was complete, they gently released it back into the water. Surely, the experts know how to handle each animal in the best way possible.
Lift it up a little.
Pacific Ocean giant. Some cameras installed in the deep sea were streaming live feeds of marine life when a kid tuned into camera 847 and noticed something really unusual in the Pacific Ocean. At first, everyone thought it was a mere shadow, and then a massive fin sliced through the water. The kid, upon witnessing, made the experts alert, who then quickly launched an investigation. They speculated the fin belonged to a colossal shark, possibly reaching 62 feet in length. Well, I'm totally convinced that this colossal shark was none other than a megalodon, a prehistoric legendary monster who's now making a stunning reappearance in our modern era. Slash. Meet Slash, the fearless great white known for his violence despite his smaller size. Named for the scars he carried from past encounters, Slash measures an impressive 18 feet long, making him a formidable presence in the deep blue. Not only this, but he's notorious for nudging boats and surprising anyone who dares enter his domain. Even submarine explorers approach him cautiously, offering snacks and keeping their distance. Slash's bold behavior sparks thoughts of ancient giants like the megalodon, reminding us that the ocean holds mysteries yet to be fully understood. Spaghetti monster. I don't think I'll ever look at spaghetti the same way after this. A team of scientists diving off the coast of Angola made a surprising discovery: 4,347 feet under the ocean. They found a creature with spindly tentacles all tangled up like a mass of noodles. Called the flying spaghetti monster, this creature was identified as Bethephisa conifera, a rare member of the coral and jellyfish family. Giant squid. One sunny day on a Philippine beach, a guy spotted an enormous sea creature in the water.
I have finally caught the Mediterranean beef squid. Man, like, look at this thing, bro.
It was a massive squid nearly 20 feet long, its long tentacles trailing behind. With its strange fluorescent pink color, don't you think it looked like something out of a deep-sea nightmare?
Fluorescent pink? They only come out at night. before sunset. They hunt guinea pigs on the shore.
The man excitedly claimed it was a rare Mediterranean squid, a creature rarely seen alive. But many doubted him, thinking it was a well-planned prank. Despite the skepticism, the sight of such a monstrous sea creature left everyone wondering what other mysteries might lurk beneath the waves. Kite surfer versus humpback. Seems like this man was really enjoying kite surfing when an unexpected visitor chose to come and surprise him, and it was a huge humpback whale. This kiteboarder was gliding across the water when he suddenly collided with a humpback whale. So he himself should be the one we can blame. Luckily, he somehow managed to maintain his balance and continued kite surfing. Octopus Inc. Look at this fishing trip that went completely wrong. A couple of tourists were busy fishing when, in an instant, the water turned black, leaving them both surprised.
Oh, that's a donkey!
Being curious, they pulled the octopus out, and here's what happened next. It splashed ink right onto the guy holding the camera, leaving him all stunned. The ink was so dark, like a deep secret spilled into the sea. Here's another guy who got splattered by a squid's fluid, which was even blacker. As guess what? Soon, this man regretted his decision as he had to face a daunting task of cleaning up the stubborn stains. So, here's how nature has a sneaky way of surprising humans when they least expect it. Blue Titan. A fisherman's drone once captured a moment that was too surreal for all of them. Out of the blue, a giant blue whale came out of the ocean, grabbing all the attention. I mean, while looking at this moment, I can't help but feel like some tiny insect who's looking at humans. And wait, that's not all. You must be thinking that this whale cannot beat a megalodon. But nope, you guys are wrong. Most blue whales stretch 70 to 90 feet long, even outdoing the infamous megalodon. And to your surprise, Antarctica's blue whale reaches up to 100 feet. A true giant indeed. Basking shark. Basking sharks are known to be the second largest living shark species and grow up to lengths of 32 feet and can weigh as much as 5 tons. Despite their massive size, they are not considered fatal to humans, as they primarily feed on plankton, which they catch by opening their mouths and allowing water to flow over their teeth. These giants are typically found in temperate oceans rather than rivers, and do not even actively hunt or prey on other marine animals. While they may seem intimidating due to their size, basking sharks are peaceful creatures that play a vital role in marine ecosystems. While they may not be officially labeled as oceanic monsters, their appearance is no doubt intimidating. Sailfish. Oh God! Now that is what I call actually intimidating. With that long spear-shaped jaw, perfect for capturing prey, sailfish are a fearsome predator of the oceans, being one of the most majestic and powerful creatures in the sea. They slice through the waters with their lightning-fast reflexes and have the title of one of the fastest marine creatures, with speeds reaching up to 68 miles per hour.
This fish is said to be the fastest fish on the planet today.
This fish also grows impressively in length of up to 11 feet and weighs over 200 pounds.
Was the biggest fish of this general body design that's ever lived. It grew up to about 20 feet long.
Well, overall, with their striking appearance, lightning-fast speed, and deadly spear-shaped jaws, sailfish no doubt live up to their label as one of the most tenacious monsters of the water. Sharks rescued. Even the mightiest sea creatures sometimes find themselves in need of our assistance. Take, for example, these whale sharks from a few years ago caught in the nets of fishermen off the coast of Colorado. Unlike the fearsome great whites and reef sharks, whale sharks are gentle giants, harmless to humans, as they feed on plankton. Yet, despite their immense size, they too can fall victim to human activity. With their survival dependent on constant movement and water flowing through their gills, these stranded whale sharks had to be revived by rescuers. It's just how even giants of the sea like whale sharks can also find themselves in turmoil due to the threats posed by human actions. Sturgeons. In this video, a fisherman from a remote part of China experiences a remarkable encounter while out fishing as he reels in a massive sturgeon weighing over 590 pounds.
I have never seen a sturgeon this big. When it was still in the water, I couldn't tell how large it was.
Recognizing the sturgeons are a protected species, he responsibly hands it over to officials, ensuring its safety by placing it in a deep water area. However, the true hero of the story is an environmental activist who intervenes to save the sturgeon, purchasing it at a significant cost and returning it to its natural habitat in the river.
It's about maintaining ecological balance. We want to protect the wild sturgeon.
This highlights the critical status of sturgeon, which can grow up to 23 feet long and weigh up to 3,249 pounds.
These things grow to 20 foot, possibly even more, and I mean, just imagine seeing that in the water.
While their appearance may be intimidating, and they've been known to nibble on humans occasionally, their lack of teeth means their bite poses no danger.
Take a little look at the mouth here. Good fish, but there's no teeth in there at all. I can put my hands in there. It's very telescopic. You can imagine that just extending and literally just sucking in a small fish.
Nonetheless, encounters with these giants remain an unsettling experience for many. Huge catfish. In 2015, an angler encountered a mammoth catfish weighing approximately 250 pounds and stretching 8 feet in length. Giant catfish are considered some of the deadliest river monsters due to their immense size and strength, and reeling in this one was no easy task.
It's under the boat. Put down your rod. Put down your rod.
But after a long and hard-fought battle with the catfish, they finally caught it and pulled the mighty creature aboard.
Unbelievable! Look at that thing! More than 6 feet. That is a beautiful fish.
Then, after admiring it to their heart's content, they release the majestic creature back to its natural habitat. These massive creatures, known to grow to extraordinary lengths and weights, possess powerful jaws filled with rows of sharp teeth, making them formidable predators in their underwater domain. Biggest bull shark. Bull sharks are considered some of the most harmful river monsters due to their aggressive nature, formidable size, and ability to adapt to both saltwater and freshwater environments. As these sharks invade the freshwater rivers in South Africa, Jeremy Wade sets out to catch one of his own.
And it's running. That's running.
Wade finds himself in a gripping battle as he hooks into a massive 9.5 foot, 500-pound bull shark in South Africa's Breed River.
There he is. He's gone again.
He spends nearly 2 hours wrestling with the enormous fish.
We're under 3 meters now.
I can see the fish. I can see the fish.
4 meters.
Yeah?
Eventually, Wade wins the battle, having caught the biggest bull shark ever recorded in South Africa, right in a river.
Okay, I've got the line. If it goes, it can go without the line catching anybody. Yeah.
Giant whale shark. In the river waters of Malacca, a majestic creature awaited a group of fishermen. A giant whale shark. Captured by some fishermen in the river of Malacca, this shark was nothing short of extraordinary. Captured by the fishermen in the river, this extraordinary shark proved to be a rare find. Despite being one of the largest creatures in the ocean, this time it was spotted in the middle of a river. But the question is, how did it end up here? Well, whale sharks prefer living in the tropical, warmer parts of the ocean instead of going too deep into the scarier waters. That is why they are found in the waters around Malaysia. For this whale shark, it got caught in a big net meant for catching shrimp far out in the sea. It was then pulled into the river by accident. The fishermen found it there and brought it to the shore. Thankfully, the state fisheries department helped release the whale shark back into the sea where it belonged. This whale shark in Malacca may not be very big, but there are actually much bigger ones out in the ocean. You know, there's a reason it's called one of the largest fish on this planet. Hammerhead shark. A bunch of young guys, all in their 20s, were out fishing on Sanibel Island, hoping to snag something cool. Suddenly, they felt a massive tug on their line.
We need a freaking boat. Oh my gosh.
But this was no ordinary fish, as it felt like a tug of war with the whole ocean. The struggle was real as they battled to reel it in, worried that their gear might not hold up against the beast's strength. But these guys were determined not to let go. They even had to cool down their smoking reel with water to avoid a meltdown.
How does it look, Dustin?
It's a hammer! It's a freaking hammer! Come on, let's go!
After what felt like forever, they finally brought it up to the surface. And what they saw left them speechless. A huge 500-pound hammerhead shark! It was a moment of their lives that they'll never forget. Hammerhead sharks are indeed known for being strong and tenacious fighters when hooked, and we just witnessed that. Goblin shark. A group of commercial anglers bagged a rare goblin shark while trawling for fish off the coast of Taiwan.
Fishers caught a peculiar-looking sea creature called the goblin shark.
It was 4.6 meters long and weighed around 1,763 pounds. Yeah, it was the largest goblin shark ever caught in Taiwan, and it had to be transported via forklift and loaded onto the back of a flatbed truck.
Weighing 800 kilograms, it's the largest specimen ever caught in Taiwan.
Closer inspection by the fisherman revealed that the shark was even pregnant with 6 pups, all with fully formed teeth, perhaps just about to be born. The fisherman had initially intended to sell the rare creature to a restaurant, but the Taiwan Ocean Museum intervened. They purchased it to preserve it as a specimen. This decision helped safeguard the unique creature and prevented it from being consumed. Monstrous fish. Giant alligator gar are enormous in size and have powerful jaws and razor-sharp teeth.
Right, this creature is very much the top predator in the water, and that's a double row of teeth it's got on the upper jaw.
These ancient predators can grow to incredible lengths, sometimes reaching over 8 feet and weighing more than 300 pounds.
This is fantastic. I mean, this is the creature that I came here to see.
Their huge size and ferocity make them formidable hunters, capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves.
They won't just devour a bait, they're so fiddly, they will just sit and chew it and maybe spit it out.
Despite their prehistoric appearance, they continue to rule in various river and marine waters, earning their reputation as some of the deadliest monsters lurking beneath the surface. In these videos, some fishing enthusiasts try to catch a giant alligator gar with a length of more than 8.2 feet.
Crap! That is a huge fish. I've never caught one this big, I don't think.
The most recent world record of the longest alligator gar.
Absolute monstrous animal this is. Incredible.
Oh my god, I take that back, I take that back.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
8 feet.
These encounters are for sure precious and rare, which we can see on their faces.
What an amazing opportunity it is to experience a part of natural history.
Giant squid.
I thought it was a very big net. It was see about 2 arms that size average. I mean, yes, twice my arm.
This encounter with a giant squid off the west coast of Japan shows the awesome power and presence of these deep-sea giants. Weighing over 100 kilograms and measuring 3.5 meters in length, this massive creature left seasoned sailor Olivier de Kersalson in awe as it tangled with his yacht's propeller. With their huge size and formidable tentacles, these giants have remarkable strength and predatory skill to instill a sense of danger among other marine animals, sailors, and fishermen. Largest crocodile. In 2011, in a province of the Philippines, a crocodile named Lolong was captured, earning the title of the largest crocodile in captivity. With a length of around 6.17 meters and weighing around approximately 1,075 kilograms. This saltwater crocodile was kept in a custom-built enclosure at Banawan Eco Park and Research Center. At the time when it was captured, Lolong was already around 50 years old and required around 100 men to capture and grapple it onto the land. This river monster was caught after 2 years of searching, as it was believed to be the one responsible for the demise of a young girl and a fisherman who both went missing near that area. In 2013, Lolong unfortunately passed away. Reports suggested that stress and infection were the causes of its death, which wasn't very surprising considering its age.
The enclosure was not big enough for him. Pond was not big enough for him to swim around. It was not deep enough.
Flapping manta ray. In this video, a group of fishermen grapple with a massive manta ray caught in their net. Despite their efforts to pull it up, the ray's powerful downward force and vigorous flapping make it a challenge for them. Until one fisherman makes a bold move, leaning in to jab the ray with a hefty fishing hook. But this behavior of the ray was more about self-preservation than aggression. While manta rays are not typically considered feisty, when caught, they may flap their wings vigorously as a defense mechanism, just like this one did to escape, or to try to dislodge whatever was holding onto it. Giant manta ray. Offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, a captain and their crew encountered an unexpected challenge while fishing. A giant manta ray tangled in their anchor chain, about 40 miles offshore. With the massive beast weighing approximately 500 pounds, the crew faced quite a tricky situation as they had to untangle it without causing any harm.
Poor thing! That's so sad!
Pulling the anchor with a buoy was the only way to bring the creature to the surface to analyze the seriousness of the situation. Recognizing the endangered status of the giant oceanic manta ray, a vulnerable species, the crew knew they had to act swiftly to save it from drowning.
And then cut the rope. The rope unraveled itself and the manta ray was released with no harm done.
Cutting the rope would have led the anchor to drag the ray down, endangering its life. Carefully, after great efforts, they managed to hang the anchor on the boat's railing and cut the rope, allowing the manta ray to swim away unharmed, ensuring its safety and preservation. Huge marlin. The marlin, known for its predatory nature and huge sizes, is a force to be reckoned with in the waters. These are literally the lethal predators and are equipped with sharp bills and immense strength, making them formidable opponents for any angler. When hooked, a marlin will put up a fierce fight, often coming out of the water and thrashing wildly in an attempt to break free. In addition to their strength, marlins are notorious for their audacity to steal catches. Just like this one marlin lurking beneath a struggling fish, waiting for the perfect moment to strike and snatch away its prize.
A marlin is attacking us for the tuna.
What's truly awe-inspiring about marlins is their enormous size. These majestic fish can reach lengths of over 14 feet and weigh upwards of 1,500 pounds, making them one of the largest and most impressive creatures in the ocean, which means the fishermen have to be brave enough to take them on. Northern pike. Out on the waters where anglers love to cast their lines, northern pike are a pretty common sight. But let me tell you about this one catch that had everyone shocked. Now, normally these guys grow to be somewhere between 19 to 30 inches long. But in this video, the lucky anglers reeled in a pike measuring an impressive 51 inches and tipping the scales at a hefty 18 kilos. While pikes aren't completely unheard of, encountering one of this size is still quite rare, just like finding a needle in a haystack. And you know what the best part is? These anglers were total champs about it, as instead of boasting about their catch, they decided to give the big fella a break and let it swim off back to its river home. Striped barb. In Amnatcharon, Thailand, an extraordinary catch stirred the community. When a local fisherman caught a giant striped barb weighing in at a whopping 110 pounds. They're freshwater fish native to Southeast Asia, and while they may pose a challenge to anglers due to their size and strength, they're not typically regarded as dangerous to humans. But what made this catch even more special was that it marked the first of its kind in the area, making it a significant achievement for the lucky angler and the entire village. Paraiba catfish. Jakob Wagner went on a wild 10-day mission in the Amazon to bag himself a paraiba, one of the biggest freshwater fish out there. After waiting for what felt like an eternity, he managed to hook one, though the giant catch put up a real fight. But after a long battle, Jakob finally reeled in the giant, weighing 475 pounds and stretching over 8 feet long.
This is the real monster, real giant of the Amazon.
And after snapping some pics and making sure the fish was all right, he released it back into the river. Now that's what I call a true fishing tale. Giant hammerhead shark. In the Gulf, Tim McClellan and his crew reeled in their most monumental catch.
I mean, it's a beast. We're able to grab it.
Wrestling with the creature in their nets, they eventually pulled it aboard, revealing a giant 1,000-pound hammerhead shark. Back in Texas City, they weighed the creature, breaking state records.
That's a new state record. About 200 pounds.
And Tim's 1,033-pound catch clinched first place in the tournament. Massive tiger shark. Massive tiger sharks, with their immense size, powerful jaws, and razor-sharp teeth, are a source of fear for both prey and other predators alike. These apex predators can grow up to lengths of 16 feet or more and weigh over 1,400 pounds, making them a force to be reckoned with, as they literally just eat anything that gets in their way, earning them the nickname garbage cans of the sea.
I have to say that was the most active shark we've ever had.
Tiger sharks are known to prey on a wide variety of marine life, including fish, seals, dolphins, and even other sharks with their aggressive hunting tactics. Their scary feeding habits and territorial nature make them one of the most feared creatures in the waters they live in. Tiger sharks have keen senses, including acute smell and excellent vision, allowing them to detect prey from considerable distances. Giant devil catfish. The biggest goonch catfish, also known as the giant devil catfish, have gained a reputation as one of the most dangerous monsters of the waters ever found. These monstrous creatures, with their jaws filled with sharp teeth, have been known to hunt and eat large prey, including humans.
It might not be the Kali monster, but it's a monster.
Their huge size and predatory nature makes them formidable and top predators in the waters, making everyone retreat when encountering one of them. But maybe not these fishermen. In these videos, witness a few fishermen capturing and being very casual with these giant devils, even giving it a piggyback ride. Humboldt squid. In 2009, a couple went to Washington for a salmon fishing trip, only to encounter something really unexpected. They hooked something, but they only came to know that it was a massive Humboldt squid after they reeled it in.
There's so many squid out here. Absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh. This is really sad.
While the exact measurements of this squid remain unknown, you can see in this photo just how huge it was. Well, isn't that such a rare experience? But let's be honest, it could have been a whole different story if things didn't turn out so well.
There we go, you got it.
That's like the kind of excitement and fishing that you never thought you were going to have, I swear.
As the Humboldt squid, also known as the jumbo squid, is renowned for its aggressive nature and formidable size.
Squid have a reputation, probably rightly deserved, for being incredibly aggressive, voracious predators.
Growing rapidly to significant sizes within its short lifespan, these creatures can reach lengths of up to 6 feet or more. Found primarily in the waters of the Humboldt Current off the coast of South America, they are known to be voracious predators with sharp beaks and powerful tentacles lined with teeth-like structures.
Here's a fish that's mean, a fish that's strong. You got a fish that can wrap tentacles around you. We've seen the beaks. You just don't want to get near those beaks, this big old parrot-like beak.
So I hope now you understand what I meant earlier. Giant grouper. Check out this video of fishermen celebrating their huge catch as they manage to reel in 2 giant groupers during one fishing trip. Giant groupers are fascinating creatures. As top predators, they've got quite the appetite and gobble up all sorts of marine life, from fish to crustaceans, and even smaller sharks.
What is it? What is it? Is it Goliath?
With their strong jaws and stronger teeth, they're skilled hunters. Now, while it's rare, there have been a few instances where giant groupers have given humans a bit of a scare. Usually, it happens when they feel cornered or agitated. But hey, who can blame them? Everyone has their moments, right? Giant turtle. In this video, watch some Indonesian villagers come to the rescue of a stranded turtle trapped in a fishing net on Solor Island, East Indonesia. Footage captured the heartwarming moment as villagers carefully freed the distressed turtle from the net and gently carried it to the seashore. With their help, the turtle was released back into the deep waters, swimming away safely. Although these incidents are not so common, they tell us about how sometimes even these slow-looking creatures need our help to march forward. The subscriber's pick. Today's subscriber pick of the day shows an unbelievable moment. A huge shark caught in action. You might be wondering, is this for real? I mean, how could something like this really happen? Well, let me reveal. It happened in 1987. A man, Vic Hislop, was known far and wide for his controversial shark hunting exploits off the coast of Phillip Island. Despite the debate surrounding his methods, there was no denying his knack for reeling in colossal sea creatures. And one of his legendary catches stood out. A gigantic 20-foot, 5,084-pound white shark, possibly one of the heaviest ever caught by a fisherman. Speculation buzzed that its weight might have been inflated due to a recent large meal. But nope, that wasn't true. So this shark soon became a star attraction in Airlie Beach, where it remained on display for 2 decades, catching the attention of thousands of tourists who then left shocked at its sheer size and power.